What do you think of when you hear Canada New England cruise? Perhaps Revolutionary War history, or beautiful architecture, maybe peaceful lakes or covered bridges, amazing coastal views, or harbor towns, perhaps lobster fishing, lobster eating, clam chowder, poutine, fall foliage. I experienced all of this and more on our recent fall Canada New England cruise, and I'm going to tell you all about it. We boarded our ship at the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, but unfortunately, this was the very best picture I could get from our Uber as we entered the drop-off area. Fortunately, the rain slacked off, and we were able to see Lady Liberty in the harbor from the Lido deck as we sailed away. Day 2 was our first port, Newport, Rhode Island. This was a tender port, which means we loaded into the ship's lifeboats to take us over to the dock. In advance, we booked a trolley tour for a scenic drive with a few stops along the way. We saw the port area, lots of mansions, and Fort Adams State Park, and we stopped along the coastal road to experience the waves washing onto the rocky beach and to admire the view before heading back into town to walk around and explore. Day 3 took us to Boston, Massachusetts. Our ship's excursion included stops in Boston, and then it took us out to Harvard for a tour, and to Lexington and Concord. On day 4, we had another tender port, this time in Bar Harbor, Maine. We took a trolley ride, which was highly preferable to these giant motor coaches through Acadia National Park, and enjoyed outstanding scenery at various stops. Back in town, we feasted on that lobster I showed you earlier, and also some crab cakes and lobster rolls. And I just had to try the blueberry soda, made with local blueberries. In the afternoon, we took a lobster boat excursion where we learned all about the lobster fishing industry, and even got to hold and band a live lobster. Day 5 was at St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, where our tour stopped at the St. John City Market, the Reversing Rapids, and an area called the Caves, where I tried poutine. And if you want to know exactly what poutine is, then watch for my video about this particular port coming up a little later in the series. I'll give you the ingredients and tell you what I thought of it. Our final stop let us see some covered bridges and an interesting ice cream store. Our last port on this itinerary was in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, where we booked a private tour that took us to Lunenburg for some beautiful harbor views and time to look around this lovely town, and out to Peggy's Cove, a must-see when you are in the area, and our final opportunity for some lobster rolls. Our last day was a sea day, which was very much welcomed. It was a great day for relaxing on the ship and packing up to go home the next day. If you want to see more about the ship we were on, watch this video about the ship tour of the Emerald Princess, and be on the lookout for my other videos in this series coming up soon. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.